The man was sleeping soundly in bed when a loud bang suddenly woke him up. Water was rushing into the cabin. Panicked, he jumped up to find the source of the leak, only to discover that the bottom of the hull was intact. Instead, there was a massive hole in the wall of the cabin, and seawater was pouring in non-stop. Shocked, he scrambled to climb out of the cabin, but halfway up, he was stunned. Out on the open sea, a massive shipping container over 20 meters long was wedged tightly against his boat, moving along with it. He was baffled. Where had such a huge container come from, and how had it crashed right into his boat? There was no time to think. He rushed to furl the sails to slow the yacht down and reduce the rocking, hoping to stop more seawater from flooding in. Once the sails were secured, he hurried back to the cockpit, grabbed a telescopic iron rod from the emergency kit, and rushed to the side of the boat. He extended the rod and pushed it between the yacht and the container, using all his strength to try and pry it off. But he had underestimated the container's weight. The iron rod bent and deformed under the pressure, yet the container didn't budge an inch. Seawater continued to pour in. If he didn't come up with another plan fast, both he and the yacht would be lost to the ocean. Just when he was out of options, he noticed a small hole on the side of the container, and suddenly, an idea struck him. He ran into the storage room, dragged out a heavy sandbag, and brought it up to the container. Threading the sandbag's rope through the hole, he tied it securely to the container, then without hesitation, tossed the sandbag into the sea. Under the weight of the sandbag, the container was anchored in place and finally broke free from the yacht. But there was no time to celebrate. The man rushed back to the cockpit, his face tense, and turned the boat around. He raised the sail again, using the wind to shift direction so the hull was lifted above the waterline, stopping more water from rushing in. As the container drifted farther away and the water stopped flooding the cabin, he finally felt some relief. All that was left was to patch the hole, and he could continue his journey at sea. With that thought, a look of ease finally appeared on his previously tense face.